What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedi Patrol back with another video. Today we're going to unbox something I'm not even sure I want. That's right, guys. Ryan back with another video. Today we're going to be unboxing the Hot Toys Qui-Gon Jinn. And like I said in the intro, I ordered it, I wanted it, but then it took so long to show up, like I lost hype for it. You guys have probably experienced that when you pre-order something, you wait so long. Captain America, Iron Man, Gamora, you know, all these things. Where you just kind of like, yeah, do I really want that? And this is one of those, do I really want that? Now, I have all of the prequel figures, so really wasn't a question whether or not I was going to get it because I like the prequels. I enjoy the heck out of them. But I wasn't, like, with all the Mando hype, we had the Iron Man Midas show up. We had the Iron Man Mark 85 show up. I got the Iron Man 7 again. We got Mando, Heavy Mando, all these different things coming in. Like, Qui-Gon wasn't really way up there on the hype list for me. It was just one of those things that I was getting because I was getting, you know? And so we're going to see if actually unboxing this changes my mind. Doesn't change my mind. I have no idea. But here it is. MMS 525. Yeah, 525 right there. It's a nice looking box. It's a Star Wars box. I think the portrait's going to be awesome. I don't think there's going to be any issues with that. I think it's going to be a solid figure. The question is, by the end of this, and usually in the posing sessions when I determine this, by the end of this, am I happy with this purchase or am I not? So go on that journey with me. Let's just go ahead and open this thing up. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this box to see what we got. Obviously, we got Qui-Gon. It's actually pretty nice looking. It's definitely a photo of the actual figure and not an artist rendering. But there we go. MMS 525, Qui-Gon Jinn. Nice little side art there. We got the whodunit on the back. And there you go. So there's the box. Nobody cares about that. Let's open it. By the way, mine did come with a ding. So clearly that is like a $100 knockoff for value. So, also, I think there was a Sharpie mark on the shipper box. So, you guys who like shipper boxes, there you go. Here we go. This is weird. This insert. What a strange photo to put on an insert. The figure looks nice, though. Look at that. That actually looks good. It's a weird. That's not their best inserts. It's not. But you know, whatever. Probably never gonna look at it again, anyways. Let's look at this figure. Get you out of here. Box art, we don't need you any longer. And we got some hands. We're going to need our knife. And did you guys pick this one up? I know a lot of people did. And I think maybe one of the reasons why I'm not like super hyped for this is because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to pose it. I mean, he's from episode 1. What other episode 1 figures do we have? From the we have, I mean, I'm looking at my display right now and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna? I mean, Darth Maul is the obvious one, but what other episode 1 figures do we have? I don't think we have. We don't have an episode 1 Anakin. That would be cool. We don't have a Padme. We don't have a Queen Amidala version. We don't have a Senator Palpatine. I don't know. Ooh, that looks nice. That's nice. It's a nicer fabric. I like that. So we got an arm here, which I definitely won't be using. I hate these things. I do not use them. I don't like changing out the joint because it's just a pain to deal with. I don't like messing with the batteries because the batteries are so weak they're going to die in a few minutes anyways. And I don't think these are powered enough with the right lighting to make it worth your while for that effect. So these I never ever use. You guys ask me all the time, why didn't you put the batteries in? Because I don't use these things. We do have the Saber. He does have one of the coolest hilts. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. We do have some watch batteries, which we definitely won't be using. We got some instructions, and we got the figure. All right. It's been a while. Let's take a look, just quick look at this portrait. Ooh, goodness, that's good looking. That's a good looking portrait. That's pretty good looking. I gotta be honest with you guys. That's pretty good looking. All right, so we're gonna put you down for a second. Oh, we got a little Duel of the Fates diorama application. Let's get this thing out of here. Yeah, so That's not bad. Let's get you out of here. Yeah, it's not bad. A little Duel of the Fates. And we don't have any other bases that look like this. So, I mean, that's okay with me. It's got like a nice little chromey effect as the light bounces off of this thing. We got a little metallic plate that says Qui-Gon Jinn. So that's nice. And we have our normal crotch grabber. So there we go. That's all of our accessories. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We got some hands. We'll get all this stuff out. I'll tell you what. Let me look at that one more time. Dang. It's pretty good looking, honestly. So that does have some plastic on there. Let's see if we can't get this plastic off, if it's going to be a nightmare or not. How do I want to do this? Let's do this. I think I'm just going to pop the head off. Is that cruel? Like right off the bat, just pop the head off? I think that's the way to do it though, right? So what I'm going to do, actually, I know people are asking, like, how do you do this? This is what I'm going to do. Because it looks like he's got one of those plastic things that we saw in Nebula that I absolutely hate. But I'm actually going to get the figure underneath the cloak, because I don't want to mess with the cloak. And we're going to pop this head off real quick. Shouldn't take too much force. Just a little rotational pull. And boom, we have that. And there we go. That plastic we definitely wanted off. There's a picture of the underside of Qui-Gon's head if you were wondering what the heck it looked like. But there you go. All right, so let's get all this fabric, plastic stuff. Oh, that was easy. Okay, well, that was cool. I'm down. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and pop this back on here. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Oh, nope. Went right back in. It looks way better without the plastic, you know, little insert thing. Cool. It's actually got some nice range of motion. All right. Give me a second. Let me get all the rest of this plastic off. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So we got everything out of the box. Got all the plastic off. And I'm a little shocked at some of the accessories that come with this figure. Now, I shouldn't be because I pre-ordered this like a year ago, but whatever. I am a little shocked by some of them. But we already took a look at the base. This actually is not the first time we've seen this. We saw this with the DX-17 Darth Maul. We had this little application on there, and it's okay. I mean, I you know, it's okay. Just this Qui-Gon, whatever. It's different base. That's not a big deal. We do get some sabers, which I'm actually somewhat excited about, because it's a new saber. We haven't gotten this saber before. So usually, you know, got 14 versions of Luke's saber, a bunch of Vader's, and now we finally get Qui-Gon's saber. I like this one. This might be one of the coolest sabers in Star Wars, honestly. I really do quite like this. That's kind of nice. And I'm pretty sure, and I didn't get this out of the box. Yeah. Something like that. Anyways. Yeah, right here. Ha! I knew it wasn't crazy. Hold on. In here, in this little tiny little pouch of pouches here. There we go. I knew I had this. It's got these little clips that actually peg into the saber suit. Actually will go onto Qui-Gon's little belt thing. We've seen this with the other figures, so that's not really anything new, but it is easy to lose those, and you don't want to do that. This blade definitely comes out. No issues there. Just like that, if you want to display them without the lit up blade, which is probably not a bad plan. Or you can have the little light, you know, movement effect thing. I'm not going to use this, I don't think. So I'm actually just going to leave those right there. I probably will use this saber, but I don't know just yet. We'll see how that goes. We do have this other hand, like I said earlier, if you want to switch out the hands, you can put this on. There's a nice little wrap around there. But every time I've seen somebody mess with these, they end up breaking the joint, or they can never get the arm back in the way it was, and it was just a complete nightmare. And even with the Commander Cody that we just got, which had an interesting, almost sleeve addition for the light up feature. I mean, that was okay, but I don't know. These are, I would be way more happy, I think, paying maybe $30 cheaper price and not even having these, because honestly, I never ever use these things. Yeah, that's just me. Maybe other people like them, and that's fine. We do have that. We do have a pile of hands. Let's take a look at those. Boom. We have Jedi Hands. So we got definitely, I mean, these are distinct new molds. But check out this hand. That's nice. You know, Liam Neeson's not a small fella. These are some pretty good sized hands for a 6-scale hand. Some Jedi hands right there. We've got a little open grasping hand. He can hold on to comm links and different things like that. This is another one right there. Actually, I think this one's for the comm link. That one might just be an open grasping hand. We've got one of these hands, which he can use for his hologram projector, which we'll look at here in just a second. We've got a nice another gesturing hand, a little Jedi gesturing hand for another left hand. And then we've got this hand right here, which is also, I guess this would help balance that hologram as well. So that's kind of nice. But let's go ahead and take a look at the holograms themselves. We get 3. And honestly, I would be okay if we got none. I don't display these things. These are crazy. But we do have a Yoda. So there we go. We do have a Yoda. He is very small. And these are always well done. I just don't think you need them. I wish they'd put them into some different accessories. We get a ship. Like, this is super fragile. I think this one might actually break if you mess with it too much. And then we get, now this is actually exciting. This is actually a hologram of Mace Windu. Now, we need Mace Windu, Hot Toys. I know you're watching this. So where the heck is Mace? Like, that would be fantastic. We need all the Jedi. So give me Mace Windu, give me Plo Koon, give me Kit Fisto. Give me all of them. So that's pretty cool. Other accessories we get to go along with that. One, we're going to get this hologram projector here. This is actually very nice done. Nice little orange copperish paint with some chrome. You can see the details going on there. It's just very well done. And it's not a bad piece. Then we get his comm link, where he's talking around with Obi-Wan. And this is well done. And then we get the grappling hook, which is an accessory which I quite honestly just don't understand what the hell I'm supposed to do with this, other than put it back in the box for fear of losing it. But there it is. No idea. Maybe we'll come up with a cool pose with it, and maybe we won't, but there it is. All right, so let's get all these accessories kind of out of the way. You go over here, you go over here. We've got one more, which is this poncho, which promises to be a cool piece to display with. Might not be the easiest to pose, so we're definitely gonna have to mess around with this for a second. But I think this is really nicely done. It's got some nice weathering on it. It's like tattered at the edges, and this is, some weathering going on around the neck. It's weathering going on down the seams right here. I think this is pretty nice. Nice little holes and stuff going on. I'm actually somewhat excited to see what we can do with this. This is actually a nice accessory. I'm totally in on this because this gives us another look that we can use with the figure. But let's take a look at the figure finally. Got all the plastic bits off. Here's a up close look at this portrait just one more time. And they nailed it. I don't think there's anything wrong with this portrait. I like it quite a bit. So if there's anything going for this figure, it is definitely that. That is awesome. And I don't think we're going to have any issues with posing and range of motion anything, because there's really nothing holding this guy back. But we do have this nice little belt, little pleather belt going on here, buckle here. And if I pull this robe back just a little bit so we can actually see some more of this thing. The tailoring and the layering of fabrics on here is beautiful. It's not all one color. It's definitely some weathering. You can see right here the different colors of fabric. You got a lighter fabric, darker fabric, a whole different color fabric right here. So you got multicolors going on, which is awesome with the brown undersuit. So I think they nailed the materials there. On the underside, you've got this nice little attachment right here, little buckles and whatnot. And then on the back, it's a nice belt. It's nice. There's definitely some weathering going on with this thing. The robe is not wired. It's pretty much like every other Jedi robe we've gotten. So we're going to have play around with this to have some fun with it. I've got some ideas for posing. So we got that going on. That should be fun. The boots wise, we got normal Jedi boots, which recently it was pointed out to me that the Anakin Skywalker we're getting with the Clone Wars appears to have split cut boots. But you can see right there's just not a whole lot going on, which makes total sense because he's a Jedi Master and he doesn't care about material things. This robe is very nicely done. I don't think there's any issues with that. There's a wire in the hood or just around the band of the hood, so you can pose that however you want. But I think this is actually pretty nice. So what we're going to do with this guy, I've had some requests to do at the end of some unboxing videos to do poses of just the figure itself. And then I'll come back with a separate video, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, of bringing out piles and piles of figures, and we'll see what kind of fun we can have with this guy. But we're going to go ahead and see what we can do with the figure itself, because this might be one of the only figures you have in your collection, and you might want to know how to pose it. All right, so let's start off with the most basic of poses you could possibly do. The Jedi sitting here pondering the cosmos, the Force, and he's got his Jedi robe on. So this is about as simple as you can get, and I figured it's actually not bad. If you had a whole pile of Jedi, this actually would be a pretty cool pose, which we need some more Jedi. Maybe if we get Mace Windu, that would be amazing. But I want to give you guys just kind of an idea what's going on with this cloak. It actually looks pretty nice. It's not bad. It's nothing super exciting. It's just a normal Jedi cloak. It's got decent weight to it, just like we've seen with Obi-Wan and Anakin. But I think this is what everybody is paying for. This portrait is gorgeous. Look at that thing. Holy cow. I mean, that's worth the price of admission for me. I think they absolutely nailed that portrait. I really don't have any complaints. I thought maybe the hair being sculpted would limit the range of motion, but just kind of messing around with it, I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem. But it really depends on how dynamic we're going to get with the poses. So, but I want to start off super simple. If you have a museum pose display, this is not a bad one. And man, yeah, they did a really good job. Let's do the next one. All right, guys, here we go. Spinning around. I want to give you another look at this portrait because it is beautiful. I really quite like that portrait a good bit. So I did change up the pose a little bit. I did open up the cloak, and we're going to have a little fun with this as it spins around. You know, what are your guys' first thoughts on this guy? Is it what you thought it was going to be? Do you have this and you already are super happy with it? Are you disappointed with it? I did break out the saber because I thought, you know, that kind of made sense to go ahead and break out the lightsaber on this guy and give you guys an idea of, you know, what he might do. And like I said, I'm not going to do 17 poses here. We're going to keep this kind of simple, and then in the next video, the posing video, we'll break out some other figures. But I want to give you a good look at what it could do, and give you also some insight on what I've got coming up soon, which is a 1/6 Collector's Toolkit to show you how to do poses just like this. Because you might be wondering, how the heck is that? The cloak is not wired. How the heck is he doing that? And it's actually quite easy to do on this guy. But the garment, the cloak is actually very nice. I do think the hair, because of the spikes, if you will, the hardness of that sculpt, there's definitely a possibility, if you're not careful, to tear into that fabric or even the under fabric outside of that cloak once you get that off. I think there's definitely a possibility for that. But I think if you're careful, I think you're going to be okay. But it's not like so rigid that it'll break. There's some pliability to it, but I think you do want to be careful with it. But look at that. Whew. That's pretty stinking good looking, I gotta say. Yeah. So guys, come back tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow anyways for the posing video. We'll see how the timing goes. But I've got the 1/6 Collector Toolkit coming out. That video for you guys coming up very soon. Captain America Endgame will be here any day as soon as they release it, which is probably going to be first of next week. I don't know when you're watching that, but first of next week for that. We got Hellboy coming, and we've got some other stuff that I'm trying to put together for the studio because I want to do a little bit of a studio upgrade for 2021, which may include a totally different room. So that should be a lot of fun, and we might walk through the process of how that's going. If you're a Patreon member, definitely check the Patreon page. Made exciting news on the post there today. Go check that out. And if you're in the Facebook group, definitely check that out as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and collect what you like. We'll see you in the next video.